Brain dump. Sorry. Yeah. This was her idea. A couple years ago, came out of most everybody knows the story, but it came out of a conversation we were having on one of those fundraising Fridays that so many of you come to. So thank you for that. And just to kind of see what could happen if we did a local day of giving. And Giving Tuesday is terrific, and we don't want to kind of slam that, but live local, give local, and let's tell people what's happening here in San Diego and who's doing what. So, Lauren, honestly, you are a gift to all of us. That's exactly what Lauren is going to give us kind of overview stats, and then I'll come back.
I think I heard you like literally eat this.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Right? Paige said like put it here and speak over it. Okay, great. I listen well. Thank you, Sharon. I think I was thinking about the other day that an idea is one thing, right? But to have people back you, because I always tell my kids, like, don't let anything, give an idea, don't let anything stop you, right? Like, don't let, I don't know that will work, or I don't know that people would like it, ask it, and it was asked. And I'm just so grateful for like 12 or so that then responded and said, yeah, totally, let's do it. Because I think honestly, if I'd asked in Fundraising Friday and was like, what do you got, hey? And they were like, that's dumb. And I probably would have been like, oh, you're right, it's so dumb. It's so dumb, and I would have dropped it, right? So I'm just really grateful for Adriana and David and Michelle and everybody that came alongside and said, let's totally do this. So, and for there being a Fundraising Friday in the first place, right? To even ask that question. So thank you to Sharon. I just wanted to talk about a few things about year two. I can't believe it's year two. And Sharon and I, if you haven't heard already, we spent 2 hours on Saturday planning for year three. So and Julia sent me an email on Friday saying, what's the date for next year? I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Be patient, a hot minute. But then it got us to be like, what is the date next year? Which is September 7th, just so you know. So write it down, put it on your calendars.
Yeah. Don't have events.
Don't have it on September 7th, yeah. Right. So a few things that I just wanted to highlight for year two was, of course, our fiscal sponsorship release check, that impact cube that we didn't have year one, which isn't just fiscal sponsorship. It sounds really silly to say fiscal sponsorship because it's definitely not just that. Grateful that when I went to Sharon nervously and was like, hey, could you be a fiscal sponsor for San Diego Gives? She didn't say too, like, oh, no, definitely not. Her response was, why didn't we think about that sooner? So really grateful for Sharon and grateful to the staff at Lease Check, because it wasn't just Sharon, it was Jessica and Mitch and Paige and everybody else at Lease Check that pretty much works there that was supportive of the activity. We also trademarked our logo this year, trademarked San Diego Gives logo at $0. We had a community attorney who paid the fees and didn't charge us for her time. So that was a few $1,000s. We were able to do that this year. We started San Diego Gives University, also a brainchild of Sharon. So the 30+ classes that we offered this year to people that over 550 people attended, unduplicated those classes that helped build capacity throughout the year. We increased our sponsorship, as you can see on your tables. Last year we had 2. This year we have like 80. I mean, it's bananas, and some of them are here. So Blair Search Project partners, Stephen with Bank of California. There's other SVP is here, Sierra's here. So there's, I'm missing some as well, but thank you for your partnership this year and being a part of the day. Because of sponsors, we were also able to give away $53,000 in matches and prizes. If you're asking about your leaderboard, I will get the email out tonight. It's been asked a few times, what prizes do we get, what match do we get? I'll get it out tonight, I promise. Even if it's midnight, I'll get it out so you guys have that information. We started a new mentorship program. So Dom and Wes and others on the nonprofit committee, we're supporting new small nonprofits to San Diego Gives. I think over 30 mentors were matched this year. We hired a PR consultant, Sarah Wacker, who's here, which was one of the best things we did this year. She's on for next year, so we're good to go. Oh, great. So she's in. Yeah. And then last but not least, we started a new podcast with Podcast Media. Charles is here, the new partner in Charles. We released our first San Diego Gives Live Local, Give Local podcast last week. It's on the website if you haven't seen it. And we're gonna release one a week. So we'll probably be reaching out to a lot of you to be on that podcast as well, just about how San Diego Gives impacted the work that you're doing. I think that's it. That's a lot. Of course, we also raised $1,077,630. Which is a good, double and some change what we did last year. And we have some offline donations too, because that number was still down a little bit, so it's going up a little from over 3,700 nonprofits. So real quick before I go, if you haven't filled out a survey, the surveys that were sent your email on Friday, I got a whole bunch of them. But if you haven't yet, that's how we think about the next year, right? Like what could we do differently or better? Or who can we be a part of? So do that if you haven't. And if you'd like a paper copy, they're at the check-in desk, so you can do it while you're here so that happens. And then just really be thinking about what we can do different and better and how everybody can be a part of next year. So before I go, I just have a gift for Sharon. A little Best Fiscal Sponsor plaque.
Wow.
You can't put best, not really fiscal sponsor, but someone who really did all these, you can't put that on the letter. That's what you got.
I'm just gonna keep the thank yous going a little bit. Yeah, and I really need to, I'm gonna start with our team at Leash Tag. I appreciate Lauren mentioning that, but I am so lucky beyond to get to work at an organization like this that lets us experiment, lets us fail and fail fast if we're going to fail. And to be honest, it gives us the courage to do stuff like this because, it took some courage, so anyway, Jim Farley, our wonderful CEO. Our fantastic executive vice president who is in Israel right now because she manages, all parts of the globe. If you haven't met Charlene, she's brilliant and magnificent, and you will get to hopefully meet her sometime soon. Jessica Court, also so much of the strategy and the communications and so much of the social media and overall management. You're magnificent. Mitchell Price, who is on Zoom. I adore you, you know that. But thank you. Mitch, many of you spent time with Mitch, and he worked with a bunch of nonprofits and helping, answer questions and getting some profiles up, and he was fantastic. And we're looking to even increase the role that he's going to have with this project next year. So I'm super excited about that. Our events team, of course, fantastic. This is just one of the things that they did for fundraising for San Diego Gives. As we said, we had actually 28 workshops, and Paige Milgram Hills scheduled all of those and did Zoom links and set it up on the websites and all of that, as well as did our flyers and a lot of graphics. So Paige, you're fantastic. I appreciate it so much. Absolutely. Jenny Camby is here too somewhere, but Jenny is our Chief Talent Officer. She supervises the high content wise counsel is the best thing that I can say, just helping kind of work through things and problem solve and all of that. Leilani Rasmussen, our CFO, our Hive team, many are here. They kind of came out all first. Hans and Latanya, I think Eileen, who does everything for us, is here as well. I hope I'm not forgetting. Oh, okay. So thank you, Leash Tag team, so much. Leash Tag / Impact Q. And I should say too, so a few people kind of said, why are you doing this? How does this fit into Leash Tag, vision and mission and all of that? We kind of get that a lot because we do a lot of different things here, and we're experimenting with things, and so we're used to answering that question. But one thing that I can say for sure is and I've been with the foundation almost 12 years, 13, almost 13 years. And, we are a spin down foundation. So it was decided early on that the East Foundation would not exist in perpetuity. We're not the kind of foundation that gives away 5% of its assets every year and will be there forevermore. We were very ambitious in our giving. When we started giving, it was the 2008-2009 recession, so we gave robustly. And because we knew that we were not going to be around forever, we always had a huge priority of supporting the nonprofits that we work with and really helping to build their capacity. So if we had worked together before this, hopefully you've had that experience. So we provide a lot of technical assistance with our grants. We introduce nonprofits to other funders. And it kind of goes on and on. We really want to be able to position as many nonprofits for success as we can. And that's what this is. So when the opportunity came to do this, we were like, really all in. I do want to shout out specifically the steering committee. And they were part of the founders of San Diego Gives. So the folks that were, on initially and stuck with us this year. So of course, Lauren Welsh, Allison Aragon, who I think hopefully is on Zoom. She wasn't feeling well, we'll miss you. David Drzenovich, Michelle Hoff, Adriana O'Donnell, Christine Spencer, and Milo Young. So you guys have been awesome. So much, and you gave so much of your time and energy, and we wouldn't be where we are right now. So we also had a ton of other volunteers, and because we had so many, and I didn't want to be totally obnoxious with that, on the tables you'll see where all the volunteers helped in all these different areas. And we had a group with community outreach and nonprofit support and sponsorships, etc. Our workshops, gosh, we had like 20 or so, as we wrote these down, 20 nonprofit professionals came in at one place or another to host an office hours or lead a workshop. And that's the coolest thing about this. It's like we're helping people help people. And that's what you're all doing. We're really building up this nonprofit sector. Our sponsors, and you also have this card on your table, because lest we not, we have these great posters here. We really were so lucky to have the support of our sponsors. So Alyssa Hauser from Dr. Bronner's, thank you so much. Thank you for the amazing chocolate also. Yes, so we didn't have to worry about dessert tonight. So it was like picking up that I didn't realize how heavy boxes of chocolate are. So that was great. Yeah. So thank you for this. And also Dr. Bronner's, such a great partner too, because so focused as well on nonprofit capacity building. The wonderful Trevor Blair, who came in very early as a supporter, has always been a good friend, and I know sits on a bunch of your boards and works so hard for the community. I don't know how you do it all. And you did a fantastic workshop for us probably 2 weeks ago on career transitions. I think it was one of the best that we had. So people loved it. So thank you, Trevor. Steve, there you are, yes. Bank of California, thank you so much, Steve. I just got to know Steve. This is only, he's only been a friend for a couple of months through Trevor, right? Exactly, right, so yay. And so much enthusiasm from Bank of California, and it's great. We appreciate it so much. We really appreciate, all the shout outs on social media by your whole team. All these bankers are now like, yay, San Diego Gives. So thank you so much. And Debbie Anderson from the Rancho Santa Fe I adore Debbie. We also have worked together for like 15 years. And Debbie, all of the community foundations came in as sponsors. But Rancho really went in all in and was very quick to support. And that was really with Debbie's advocacy. Also knowing how important nonprofit capacity building is. Sierra Social Venture Partners, another capacity organization that many of you work with, which is fantastic, and we so appreciate your support as well. I think I have most of the, yes. So we also, last thing I'll say is, in addition to our paid sponsors, we started a community sponsor program this year, so that, and that's this one, that organizations that really weren't in a position to provide monetary support, but have such fantastic networks, wonderful reach, and by endorsing us, really instill confidence in a number of funders to participate in this campaign. So they are all here. Really all of our professional associations and a number of communications, all of that. So it's all about raising you up, and we're in it together. Please enjoy yourselves and relax, because you don't get a lot of time to do that. You know how hard it is, and you're on the front lines of everything that we do, and it's not easy. So thank you again, out of my heart, and we're going to do it again next year. To the folks on Zoom, so that we don't keep you longer, but thank you so much also to you. Okay.